invite Engineer Ranjit Gunawardena to give a brief introduction on our guest speaker, Engineer Lalith Kahatapitiya.
Today we have a very eminent speaker and also highly successful engineer entrepreneur to give you a lecture on engineering, how to become a successful engineer. He is none other than Chartered Engineer Lalith Kahatapitiya, who is the Chairman and Managing Director of the KIK Group of Companies, which is a multinational, I would say, because he has many branches overseas. Engineer Lalith Kahatapitiya is a chartered mechanical engineer and also a fellow of the Institution of Mechanical Engineers UK, United Kingdom, and a fellow of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka. So he is a fellow in both local and UK Institution of Engineers. After serving many years in the public and private sectors as an engineering professional, he resigned from his employment in 1994 and ventured out as an entrepreneur. He is the founder and the chairman of KIK Group of Companies, engaged mainly in mechanical and electrical engineering fields. One of his group of companies, KIK Lanka Private Limited, in the Katunayaka Free Trade Zone, is a leading organization in manufacturing and exporting electrical switchboards. The same company recently set up another factory to manufacture patented modular electrical enclosure system for the export markets. Due to the excellence of KIK products, international giants such as Hyundai, Renault, Nissan, Daimler, Flextronics, Motorola and Nokia selected KIK electrical panel boards in building up their new factories in India. So it's a real pride to Sri Lankans. We should be proud of such entrepreneurs, and also we are very proud that he is a member of our IESL. Mr. Lalith Kahatapitiya's remarkable entrepreneurship was recognized with the Platinum Award as the Entrepreneur of the Year 2014. During the past 2 decades, the KIK companies have received a larger number of prestigious awards, including the Presidential Export Award for the electrical and electronic engineering sector exports. Mr. Kahatapitiya and his companies maintain leadership through innovation. Some inventions made by KIK team are protected with patents worldwide. The KIK team consists of a large number of dedicated young engineers. So it's a potential place for your employment after you complete your degree in 4 years. So this team comprises of dedicated young engineers, professionals and technicians, providing the expertise needed by KIK to serve the demanding needs of their worldwide customers. Today, one more thing. Mr. Lalith Kahatapitiya is an animal lover. He was schooled first at Tissa College, Kalutara, then Sri Simangala College, Pandura, finally my college, Nalanda College, Colombo. So we are schoolmates. I'm happy about it. Being the animal lover he is, in his younger days, he used to catch snakes. Can you imagine? Catch snakes in his village and release them to jungles to avoid being killed. So such a kind-hearted person he is. We have invited Mr. Kahatapitiya to share with us the secrets of his successful career as an engineer and an entrepreneur. I am sure you all will be benefited from his speech. Mr. Kahatapitiya, please.
Good morning. You just listen to the big boss of the IESL College of Engineering, the Director General and CEO, Mr. Ranjit Gunawardena. Can I share with you something else also? Half of what Mr. Gunawardena said is true. Other half is also true. Engineering is fun. That's why I wanted to start with a little bit of fun today. And during my presentation, what I am going to share with you is, one, why I selected engineering, the reason why I selected engineering, and why you all should, maybe that will give you some insight as to why you should select engineering, and why you should select IESL College of Engineering for that goal. The other thing, what I am going to share with you is the principles of achieving your goals. There are 3 important aspects which you need to develop within you if you want to be successful in whatever the career that you select. So these 3 principles are very important for you to keep in mind. And of course, if you still have any questions, I will be available for a few minutes after the presentation as well. You are free to contact me or talk to me when I'm here. Right. And all these things, I'm not going to talk to you with theories. I'm going to talk to you with real life experience, real life stories. So, for me to explain why I selected engineering is, during my childhood, I was not fortunate like all of you here. Now, you are here with your parents directing you to do engineering. My father was a lawyer and a politician. He was busy with his career and being a politician, working for the village. So I had no one to guide me as such. We just grew. Went to school, grew. I had no aim. I didn't know what the engineering was even. But I was keen in doing practical things. Even when I was going to school, I was making watercolor sets for the use of schools. As a schoolboy, there was a shortage of watercolors, so I started making. And those are the things which I enjoyed doing, but had no idea that I need to become an engineer. As a result, what happened? I was not really into studies. I was more keen in always doing practical things. So, the result, my advanced level results was not adequate enough for me to be selected into any engineering universities. And that's what happened to me because I had no aim. I was not selected. But that also didn't bother me because I had no idea of getting into the university as well. But somehow or other, during this time, my father had one of his cousins in the Ceylon tobacco, and then through that I got an opportunity to enter the Ceylon Tobacco Company as a field trainee. Now when you say field trainee, it's the way to become a field instructor. Now what's the job? You're going to grow tobacco. And that's how I started my life. As a field instructor. And we were sent to a training place in Madugoda, that's off Hunasgiriya. So it was very tough. Life was tough. We had to get up around 4:30 or 5 early morning, go to the water stream down. There are probably about 30 of us in one dormitory, and have a bath or wash, and then take mamatis, crowbars, and all sorts of equipment, and go into the jungle, clear the jungles, prepare the beds, and then the entire process of growing tobacco, right from the bare land up to the getting the yield, they give the training. So that's what I was sent for. So during this time, I was looking at the crowbars and the memories, and how was this made? Then I was thinking of the little nice buildings there. How was this made? Now I am going to study growing tobacco. Will I be able to do any of those? Then again, I was thinking, what's going to happen to me if something happens to the tobacco industry? If people start giving up smoking, where will I be? So then, of course, I started thinking about the future. And that's the time I got a liking to engineering. This liking, day after day, although I was doing the training in the field, it grew in me. In my mind, I wanted to become an engineer, but how? Chances are gone. My A-level results was not enough to get into university. And there was no one to tell me what to do and how to do it. At that time, if the IESL College of Engineering would have been there, I would have been definitely here. But college wasn't also there at that time, and there was no one to tell me which way I should go. But all what I had in me was the desire. With this desire, a nice thing happens when you have the desire. This is the truth. This is the truth. I have experienced this many times in my life. When you have a burning desire in you, you see avenues. Avenues come your way. It comes only when you have the desire. So I still can't believe coming across a piece of paper with an advertisement calling for apprentices by the National Apprenticeship Board. Again, I thought, this is something to do with engineering. And applied for it. That time, I was drawing 750 rupees. Now I'm talking about mid-70s, long ago. How many years ago? I can't remember even. Calculate from now going back to 74 or something. How many years? Maybe 40 or what? Whatever. Who are the good mathematicians here?
41 years.
Thank you very much. Yes, I know. So, then saw this piece of paper and then applied, got selected as an apprentice. I only knew that I was going to be an apprentice in mechanical engineering, and that it was also not my field. I was selected there to do mechanical engineering. Not what I never knew whether I should select mechanical, electrical, civil or whatever. Just got the chance, went there. I was put into the port for training. So while undertaking this training, within my mind, I was an engineer, only in mind, but in reality, just a small apprentice fellow. So with this mentality, wherever I went for training, we had to get trained in the machine shop, in the foundry, and the diesel engine shop, the electrical shop, every place, welding, all those things we had to do practically during this apprenticeship period. But although I was an apprentice, working with the people in the port, wearing either overall or dirty clothes, in my mind, I was an engineer. So with this, wherever I went, I started learning about the subjects. So when I went to the foundry, you just saw some foundry in the clip that was shown there. Similarly, it was sand molding, sand casting. Thanks. that foundry had sand casting, thank you, to make some very important items for the port. But what happens, there was a huge backlog because the amount that can be produced by sand casting was limited. Now, these were all aluminium, made with aluminium. And early morning, when I go to work, what I have to do? Join the people, get those molds, keep on putting sand and then compacting, and then keep making the molds. By afternoon, we have a few molds. Then we put the aluminium and then heat up, pour it into these molds. And this was going on and on and on. It was a bit of a boring thing as well. So, as I told you, although I was doing the practical work, within me there was an engineer. So I thought, no, this can't go on. There's a huge backlog. How are we going to do this? Like, we might have to at least have 50 times more people. So then I was thinking, I thought, what happens if we have a mold with cast iron or something and pour aluminium into it? So this is what I came to my mind, went to various libraries. That time, no internet or whatever. You have to go to either British Council or some library, find books, read, and then found, okay, there is a method for making these molds. By that time, I have finished my machine shop training. So then, when there, I did myself, with the help of some other people, we made the molds, and then kept it and started die casting. Not instead of sand casting as a small apprentice, I converted the foundry into a die casting foundry. And that increased the production by many, many times. All the backlog we cleared within a short time. So it's so many things you can do in engineering. Not only that, its chances are unlimited. When you know engineering, your imagination, you can just turn into real. Look at around us, speakers or the flow or the civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electronic engineering, all what you see here, even the clothes we are wearing, it's made using engineering knowledge. So the chances are so unlimited. That's why I was also very keen in doing engineering. But by becoming an apprentice still, you can't become an engineer. The IESL will not accept me as an engineer. So then I was thinking, now, okay, I am getting knowledge, but how am I going to get the qualification? How will the IESL take me as a chartered engineer, end of the day? Then I heard about some classes at that time, part-time classes, weekend classes, which gave knowledge to sit for the London Council of Engineering exams, just like the IESL exams here. That time, in 1970s, it was the Council of Engineering London exams, which I did. So, go to the university, do the studies, go to the port, do the work, weekends, go for classes, and then finally, I managed to get through all the exams of the Institution of Engineers whilst working as an apprentice. And that's the way which I took. Now, all of you, the students who are here, are very much luckier than me. You have a structured program here. You have a clear path. Straight away, as the associate member of the IESL, then in the same way, whether it's a graduate or whether it's anyone else, you take the same path to become a chartered engineer. So from the path I took, I became, end of the day, a fellow of the Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka and UK as well. Even if you have the IESL charter, you can still apply for the charter of other countries. Now, this is why I selected engineering, because it has enormous opportunities. The other advantage I can see is you can be with your parents, with the family. You don't have to go to another country and get isolated there. Being with the families, within the reach of the families, you still do your education at a fraction of the price that you have to pay into foreign countries, sending the Sri Lanka's foreign exchange out of the country. Still, it's a big difference in that. Here, you have a lot of advantages. Now, that's why I selected IESL. That's why I respect and like IESL College of Engineering so much. And then, even if I have to do it again, I will do my engineering at the IESL College of Engineering. That's one part. The other part, I said, I will talk to you with my life experiences again about how I achieved what I wanted to achieve. Now, the very first thing that you need, if you want to achieve something, there is one thing that you need to have as a primary requirement. Excuse me, Sadhavedi. As a primary requirement, you need one thing. That is your clear idea, not only the clear idea, a desire, a burning desire. Take my case for an example. When I was a student, a child, I had no goal at that time. So I was just doing all the things that came my way. Once I got the determination, I am going to become an engineer, without knowing how to do it. I had no one to guide me. I had no information, no internet. But end of the day, today I am an engineer. And the first requirement is the idea in your mind, the clear idea in your mind, and the desire to achieve that. From the students who had come here to register today, I'm asking you, think, do you want to be an engineer? If you have the desire, then join. But if you don't like engineering, if you don't desire to be an engineer, I would not advise you to join. If your liking is not in engineering, you'll be wasting your time and the time of the institution as well. You have to have the desire, know why I should become an engineer. What am I going to do by becoming an engineer? Sri Lanka is short of engineers always. Every engineer in this country has employment. Opportunities endless. So think about it. If you have that desire, you have already got the first requirement to be successful. I hope you understood my point. Is it clear? Right. The second one. Now, without telling the second requirement, let me tell you some story again from my life experiences. After I became an engineer, and then that happened long years ago in late 1970s, or rather early 1980, 81 or something. Then, after working in the private sector and the public sector for some time, in 1994, I started on my own. KIK was established in 1991. Now, this story I am going to tell you for you to understand the second requirement. I said first requirement is a clear idea and a desire. The second requirement you have to get from this story. So after starting KIK, we started very small. Without a capital as well. Because I was the only employee at that time. So I didn't need capital. But started in a very small way, grew very rapidly. Within about 2 years' time, we had roughly about 30 people with us working. And we were getting a lot of work, we were doing and then enjoying the work. But all of a sudden, we found that the amount of work we were getting was inadequate. So I was thinking, what's going on? Is it something wrong with the production or the marketing? Nothing. The amount of orders we got became less and less and less. I thought it was going to be for only a short time, a couple of months. No. So whether it's something wrong with our system, but later I found, after about 2, 3, 4 months, I found when we virtually had no work to do, and 30 people with us, we had to keep on paying salaries. No income was we were not getting income, and still I was not getting any doubts that we were going to get into trouble or whatever. But one fine day when I went there, one of the technicians whom I really liked, I saw the fellow writing an application for another job. I stopped and asked, hey, his name is Jagat. I said, Jagat, what are you doing? He said, නෑ සර් ඉතින් මං සර්ත් එක්ක ඉඳලා වැඩක් නෑ නේ දැන් සර්ට වැඩක් නෑ මම හිටියා පඩි ගෙවන්න එනවා what he said is there's no point my being with you don't have work, so I'm a burden to you, let me find some other employment. But that really hit me. That is the time that I really got shaken. My God, my people are going to leave me. Then I started thinking, what am I going to do? After the next day, I thought, I have two problems. One, people I'm going to lose. Number two, I'm also going to, either I'll have to close the factory or I'll have to get enough work. Now, those two challenges were there. I thought the most important thing is people. So, let me first give them some confidence. I went to one of the sports goods shops, bought a whole load of various items. Like I can remember buying drafts boards, carom boards, then some tennis, this badminton sets, and many things. Put everything in the vehicle, went to the little workplace we had, and I said, I want to talk to everyone. And just imagine about 30 people, they got together. I could read their faces. They thought I was going to announce that, and we are going to close now. I could see the fear in their faces. What I told them is that there is a problem right now. We don't have work. But that problem is not because of you, it's my problem. Because I haven't performed my duty in getting enough orders. So you don't have to worry. I just came to tell you that no one will be asked to leave, whatever happens. I will find a way out, but I don't want you to waste time. I said, let's go to the car, unload all the items. We got down everything and said, come to work on time, keep on playing, read books, read newspapers, don't waste time, wait until the working time is over and then go home. So the whole day I played with them, spent time with them, encouraging them, making them happy, giving them confidence. But within my mind, okay, how am I going to find work? I only had the desire, I'm going to find work, that I knew. I will do it. When I went to sleep, a couple of days later, all of a sudden I woke up early morning and thought, why not we start exporting? Why are we limiting only to Sri Lanka? So I woke my wife up and said, why don't we start a BUI company and set up a little factory in a zone and then start exporting, because if there's no demand in the country, I'm sure there is definitely a demand in the world. Why not we start exporting? And that's how the KIK Lanka, which is the leading exporting company now, was born. My wife and I went to the BUI, we spoke to them, and then found a little land in the free trade zone, Katunayaka, took it, signed the agreements, set up a factory, and then, of course, orders started flowing in once again. Now, I told this story for you to understand the second principle that you need to develop within you. You have it. Definitely you have this characteristic, but the problem with us is we don't know that we have it. That's the confidence. all of us have confidence in us. But the biggest problem is we don't believe in ourselves. We have to believe in ourselves. Now, I had no doubts about myself. I knew that I was going to do it. So, with that confidence only, the new company is born and we are growing. Now, there's another factory come up for the same one. So, how did all this happen? It's because of the confidence, sheer confidence. Everything, every achievement which I have made or which our company has made, we did it through having confidence. What do you think now? Do you have the confidence in you? Can I see the people? Raise your hands if you have confidence in you. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of you have it. Please understand you have it. It's within you. But the thing is, you are still not sure. Put it into practice and see how it happens. It's there. Because even if you start doing engineering, have confidence, I am going to do it. That's what you need. If you are still not sure, I can even give plenty of examples. I can give it. If there was time, I would have been telling you stories of confidence, so many. I'll share with you one more. When we invented a new product, we needed to set up a huge factory to manufacture it. This is a patented product which we invented and patented. I knew it's a good product, but to manufacture it, the technology wasn't with me. Then we did not have enough funds as well, because a very big factory, which is much bigger than our existing factory, has to be made to manufacture this particular product. And I was very keen because we can export that too and bring more and more foreign exchange into the country. I was really keen in doing it. Again, it was the confidence which I had. Having this in mind, the confidence built and built and built. I wanted the factory, the desire was in me, and I was confident that we are going to have it. With these two, then we started seeing opportunities. We managed to find a big factory which was closed down, which is very close to our factory, again within the same free trade zone. There were some people who had vacated the factory and it has fallen vacant, and we got it. But the technology wasn't still there. Then we found people with the technology, recruited them, and then started proceeding with confidence. And that factory is a reality today. So, this is what confidence can do. Without confidence, if you have any fear, don't have fear. Have confidence that you can achieve whatever you want. This is where it's quite appropriate for me to share with you what Mr. Henry Ford, the proprietor of the Ford company, told many years ago. What he said was, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, in both cases you are right. Think about it. If you think you can, you are right. If you think you can't, yes, you are right. If you don't have confidence, what he said was, if you don't have confidence, you can't do anything. So with confidence, yes, you can achieve a lot. Am I clear up to this point now? I have shared two very important things. Can anyone remember the first one? What is the first requirement for achievement? A clear idea and desire. The second one, Confidence, yes. So we need a little more additional things. Okay. Am I to tell a story and then come there, or tell you what it is and then give a story? Let me first tell a story, and then you decide, you find out what it is. When I was in my last employment, joined the company about 30 years ago, I was getting a very, very big income. My salary was substantial, quite big at that time. But something was lacking. The satisfaction, the job was not giving me satisfaction because there were some restrictions for work. And although the money was coming in, within me, I was not satisfied. Money is not everything. Money is just a little part of living. But you need very much more happiness. So with this, I got an idea that how nice if there is a workplace where everyone can freely work, use their brains freely, use their abilities freely. Won't they enjoy it? Because that's what I wanted, which I never had. So this little idea was growing in me. And I was imagining of a nice workplace where people have freedom to express their ideas, people have freedom to experiment, people have freedom to use their own brains. And then one fine day, of course, there was another obstacle for me. Everybody knew that I was holding a very responsible position and with a very high income. And my family, my wife never worked anywhere. I didn't want her to work, so she was only a housewife. My child was small at that time. And my parents, my friends, when I told that I wanted to start something separately, they said, "No, are you crazy? You are having one of the best employments one can have in this country. Maybe even if you go abroad, you will not get the same thing. But why are you thinking of doing it? You are going to start just something and then risk your employment. You will never be able to find any employment once again of that nature." That's what I was told. Even my wife was very, very concerned. Of course, naturally, and I had to also look after my family. My father was not living at that time. Then my mother was there, the grandmother, the sisters, brothers. I was the eldest. So, whole lot of responsibilities I had. So, all those are obstacles for leaving a job. But I just couldn't bear it anymore. One day I thought, no, I'll just give my resignation. Giving them enough time to train somebody else. I said, I'm leaving. With a lot of negotiations, I said, no way, I'm not going to stay, I'm leaving. And I came out and started. And if I stayed there today, KIK companies wouldn't have been there. If I stayed there those days, KIK wouldn't have been in existence today. Now, how did that happen? Why and how did that happen? This is another very important step that we need to know. We have ideas, we like to do things. But the biggest problem I see is we are scared to take action. Now, I would have been dreaming of a nice workplace and then working there. If I didn't have guts to get out, resign and get out, be without a job, and then do what I want. So, to take that bold step, even the product we manufacture, the new product that we manufacture, the patented product, if I only was dreaming about the product, I liked the product, I wanted it, But if I didn't take action, yes, again, that product wouldn't have become successful. Similarly, you need to take action. Now, tell me, who want to go to hell? Anyone here? Anyone interested in going to hell? Nobody. Okay. Raise your hands if you want to go to heaven. Hey, nobody want to go to heaven. How is that? So where do you want to go then? That's a good thing. You got the correct answer there. What I am trying to say is, if you want to go to heaven, even the people who want to go to heaven are not prepared to die. You have to first die to go to heaven. So people may want to go to heaven but not prepared to die. They are prepared. They are not taking action. Now today you came here, gave your application. That's a good action that you have taken. Start it and then go ahead. So when you have the desire, when you have confidence, the most important thing is confidence. The clear idea with the burning desire and the confidence, then don't wait. You don't have to see the entire path. No, it never happens. Now don't think that before you start something, you need to have a very, very clear plan. No, when I started, I only took the first step. I never knew the entire path. It's like driving a car. It's like, now you all came here today. Did you see the entire road? You only knew that you were going to end up at number 7 Hector Kobbakadu Mawata. So when you go a little further, you see the next part of the road ahead of you. So similarly, once you start, the road will unfold in front of you. That is guaranteed. So you need to give a start. There's a very important last thing I want to share with you. That is, when you start, you please don't give up. I can tell you plenty of examples. When we opened up our branch in India, for 2 years we could not break into the market. Now you heard Mr. Gunawardhan, Engineer Gunawardhan telling you that we have given all big factories like Nokia, Motorola, Hyundai, Nissan, Renault, so many, Daimler, our products from here. But it took us 2 years staying in India to get into that market. Even our finance manager, head of finance, thought boss has gone crazy because I was spending a whole lot of money in India. I was spending my time in India, going up and down, employing people, but then with no orders. Imagine spending for 2 years and waiting without orders. But if I didn't do that, if I gave up, like many people do, we wouldn't have made our name there. So once you start doing your exam also, the course, you need to continue. Sometimes you might feel, is it difficult? No, it's not difficult. As long as you have the desire. Now I told you, I was not good at studies. But when I had the desire of becoming an engineer, doing the London exams was nothing. I never had the luxuries you all had. We were staying in Kalutara. And my study table was the footboard of the train. Because I had to travel from Kalutara to Colombo port. And we never got seats. From Arudgama and far away, people have already got all the seats. So I used to sit in the footboard, read my books, and that's the place I study. And when going back also, all what I tried was after getting into the train to find a footboard where I can read. So once you have the desire, even that way of studying, I did everything. And for studies, I became good after I got the desire. So I shared some of my life experiences with you today for you to get an idea of how you can be very successful as engineers. And can anyone now remember all what I said? The most important things, like starting with a desire, the burning desire and a clear idea, having confidence, taking action, and not giving up. So keep these 4 in mind and you will be successful. I wish you the very best.
Thank you very much, sir, for an inspiring speech. There are a lot of stories that you said. I'm sure there are a lot more you can say, but time is limited. So I hope everyone got a clear understanding about what engineering is and what you have to do to become a good engineer. I hope everyone enjoyed.